many decades of coming to the Hungaroring, the circuit has only seen one Hungarian driver start their home race. Zoltán Gardner raced in both the 2003 and 2004 races for Jordan and Minardi, respectively. We are deep in European summer now, so make sure you're packing shade and sunscreen. It's likely to get hot out there this weekend. Temperatures can reach well over 30 degrees outside, so just imagine how sweltering it must be in those cockpits. As the circuit is short, unforgiving and packed with slow corners, it's gained the reputation of being Monaco without the barriers. In its defense, it has an average speed of 200 kilometers an hour compared to Monaco's pedestrian, 160. Lewis Hamilton has by far the most wins here in Hungary, more than the next two drivers combined. Michael Schumacher has won here 4 times, and Ayrton Senna thrice. After Monaco, the Hungaroring is the slowest racetrack on the F1 calendar. It's also only the 3rd shortest, a shade longer than Austria's Red Bull Ring. Hungary itself is a landlocked country with no coastal borders. This is a quirk shared with only one other country on the F1 calendar, Austria. Danube River separates the Budapest city on the west, its hills and historic architecture and monuments, from the east Pest area, modern city living, transport hubs, and commerce. Can boast the most wins of this circuit with 11 victories in all. We may not expect them to add to that total this year.
Tom, do you know what that was? That was a smooth operator. Smooth operation.
Carlos, check the radio. We seem to have picked up some dodgy music channel again.
Right, we are now live. Good evening, and ladies and gentlemen, to everybody in this event. It is round 19 at the Hungarian Grand Prix. My apologies, was just getting my mic to work. I had to take out the wire, but now it's all good. Let's get everything on the board for me as well. So let's see how things go in this evening's event. I think the game is all good, so it is sounding okay. And we got Link's piece in the Red Bull leading up to a 16-0 for the first time in this race. Who will come out on top for pole? Enhanced also just about to start his lap. Hello to Douglas. I did fix that Pesci as well, so it does say Hungary on there for you. Coffee also just starting his time. And we've got the Aston Martin of Mr. Poem about to start a lap as well. Is anybody finishing their times? Let's drop down. Tajani is going to start. Well, he's finishing his first lap, so let's see what Tajani could do. He's in competition with Lynx at the moment. It's a 15.9. He edges out Lynx by a tenth of a second. So it's already fairly dramatic at the front of the field. I mean, I don't imagine that'll be enough to take pole. I think people will go quicker, including this man here, Pesci. And you've also got Hazer out there. Let's see what Hazer could do. Vader goes third fastest, but Hazer goes to the top of the pile. It's a 15.8. And Steelane goes in P4. Here comes Pesci. What will Pesci do? Will it be Pesci or Hazer to kickstart the early event? And it is Pesci by some half a second. It is a typical, well-known, strong track for the McLaren team, where Lewis Hamilton has taken 8 victories. McLaren have taken 11 victories during their time here at the Hungarian Grand Prix, and Pesci is on pole at the moment, but it will get quicker. Do not rule out anybody else. Let's see Enhanced as well, just taken to the line. It's a 16.5 to go into the top 5, only reserving tonight. And we drop down towards Mr. Poem as well. Where can Mr. Poem go? At the moment, so it's an 18.6, not on a hot lap on that occasion. It's still a reasonable lap from him. I think now the game audio will be working okay as well. But yes, Mr. Poem goes in P8. Steelane still there in P6. Zeus goes 7th fastest with a 17.7. It's still got plenty of battery left, so I think he may just be trying to recover it. We've got the Mercedes pairing coming up as well. We've got Vader just ahead of Kennedy. Kennedy, however, not on a hot lap. Let's see what ERC Vader does. He is a Tier 2 driver, only reserving as well tonight, and it is 9th place still. Doesn't improve on that. Kennedy started to lap, and then you got William coming up. You got Wizard Rex, only just in Sector 2. So let's go towards William, but he's not on a lap as well. Quite a few opting to take the extra out lap. I'm pretty sure at Hungary you do get quite a bit of fuel. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking in my mind somewhere around 3.5 laps of fuel like you would take. So an extra out lap will obviously dock out the extra lap of fuel that you don't need, providing you do take it slowly enough. But you do ideally want to get 2 runs in at the very least, which you should be able to do quite comfortably, even if you do take 1 or 2 out laps. So Zeus also just crossing the line to start another lap, and the McLaren or Wizard Rex is in 7th position, 1:16.521 for the McLaren. Let's see the 2 Mercedes, and Vader is still ahead of Kennedy and used up pretty much all of his battery. Is he trying to give his teammate some slipstream? Will it work? Because they are so close to each other here, Vader and Kennedy. I think Vader is still going to stay out, so he will go for a time. I reckon he is trying to help his teammate. Maybe giving him some dirty yellow. 18.4, Kennedy goes P8 with a 16.5. In fact, Wizard Rex and Kennedy are both set at 1:16.521. Don't often see that, but there you go. The exact same lap time from Wizard Rex and Kennedy in P7 and P8 as William goes into the top 10. It's a 1:16.998 for him. Don't worry, he's not called in the police with a 999. Got lost also at the moment. Just heading round on the track. See what he can set. It goes P11 with a 1:17.2. The Red Bull of, I believe, would that be in Link's piece just ahead. He'll be starting another lap, and the Alfa Romeo of Zeus now goes into the top 10 with a 16.588. So he's just ahead of William. Let's see the AlphaTauri's Rusted Bolt. Hayes are also coming up to the line again, but he has invalidated. He can run for another lap, and I'm sure he will at this 2.2 mile circuit. Let's see also the Aston Martin of Mr. Perm goes back into the pits, as does the McLaren of Wizard Rex. Pesci back out on track as well. So you've got both Pesci and Hayes. You've got Tajani, Lynx, they're all out on the circuit still. As the Mercedes of Kennedy goes into the pits. Vader also follows him in, but interesting, Vader allowed Kennedy ahead. Potentially Vader understanding his role here, knowing he's a reserve, and he's giving Kennedy first option of the pits. Fair enough, you know. Fair enough, he's allowing Kennedy that freedom of understanding when he wants to go at any point, when he wants to get out of the pit. So fair play to Vader, looking like a good teammate so far this evening. Certainly doesn't look like he'll be the type of driver to turn in on his teammate, that's for sure. Let's see, you've got the Ferrari of Enhanced just starting a lap as well. And let's see what the AlphaTauris are doing. Hazer is improving by just under 0.2 of a second, but Rusted Bolt will enter the fray before. So let's see what Bolt can do out of turn 14. It's a 16.9, and Hazer improves with a 1:15.5 and goes within 1.5 tenths of Pesci. So again, it does look like your 2 title contenders are the 2 who are going to fight it out and scrap away here in the event. But as you can see, Hayes has set his best time on the 4 lap old tyres. That's the best tyres, best lap times that have been set so far, and what tyres they've done it on. Pesci going again. Looks like he may be going either, it could be a used set of tyres this for Pesci, either lat, or he's going for 3 sets of softs. But yeah, let's see what Pesci does then. With the gap at 0.162 seconds. Tajani still in there in P3. In fact, he is just coming up to the line now. He does improve and goes just under 0.3 off. So a good time from Tajani Brinkman there. And it will be, what, 15.7, I believe? Is it 15.7? Let's just double check on that as well. 15.6, sorry. Poor maths there. But anyway, it's a 15.6 for Tajani Brinkman, so a good time from a Dutchman, and he's just behind that top 2, which he was battling with last week at China as well. Not that we saw the first half of the race really, but Merck was right in there as well. Lynx was in there, but he did drop off. But he's up there again tonight with a 16.0 level with Steel Lane, who's looking good here in the Aston Martin, looking like a really strong track for Steel Lane. It's nice to see that he is doing pretty well. Hazer back into the pit with his teammate Bolt going again. And Pesci also reverting in the pit. So Mr. Poem is pushing on for another lap. And let's see what he can do on this occasion. The Alpine is coming up to the line as well. Was that Tajani again? Yes, it is. I don't imagine he'll be going... Will he go again or will he go into the pits? He is running out of fuel. So I do envision he does go into the pit. So there you go. Tajani's back in. And let's go to the Red Bull. Link's Peace about to start his lap as well. Just prepping for a second hot lap. So it does look like most will be going for 3 hot laps. But does that mean they're going to be using 3 sets of soft compound tyres here? Or just 2? If we check the race director, several drivers, only Enhanced, Kennedy and Rusted Bolt, and also Coffee have used 1 set of softs so far. Everybody else have used 2 sets of softs. So it looks like the majority of the field will head out and use 3 sets of soft tyres. Wizard Rex amongst those to start another lap as well. And dropping it down towards Zeus, you've got Rusted Bolt is improving and will get his lap time in and goes into the top 10 with a 1:16.535. Very close there towards Wizard Rex and Kennedy. And also Enhanced is only 5 thousandths of a second quicker than the pair behind. So how close it is from P6 Mr. Poem down towards P11 Zeus, where you've got just under 1.5 tenths of a second between P6 and P11 at this moment in time. Kind of reminds me of Tier 2 at Vegas last week. The gaps between like P2 down were quite remarkable. Zeus at this moment in time is also on a lap, and he does set apparently a purple sector 2 and improving by just under 4 tenths. I don't imagine it's a purple sector 2, but the game's lying to us, but it will still be an improvement from the Alfa Romeo of ZN Zeus here. Let's see what the Greek can do. Does he have God watching over him as Zeus comes through and goes 5th fastest? 16.0, so again, looking good. 5 thousandths of a second ahead of Steel Lane. People are liking the 5 thousandths of a second round here. Hazer, Pesci, Tajani and Lynx, all of the top 4 are in the pits as well. Rusted Bolt will join them in. We've got about 4 minutes left of the session. And which McLaren? Wizard Rex has just gone for another lap. So many drivers now will be thinking about that final lap with 4 minutes to go. Lost is still out there in P13, Vader P14, Coffee still yet to set a lap time. He's currently in P15. Let's go. We're currently on their tyre. So Coffee still only in the pits. Must have invalidated his first run. But I don't remember seeing Coffee out onto the circuit. So is he only going to go for the 1 run? It does seem like it. Zeus, I do envision, will go in the pits then with just under 4 minutes remaining. And I think the McLaren are Wizard. Let's stick with the McLaren then. Only driver on a time so far and improving by almost half a second. I think it will be a sub 1:16 for Wizard Rex if he can continue with this improvement. It is looking significant for the 2 McLarens, Pesci P1, but where will Wizard Rex be? The American will just come through turn 14 and leading to the line now. Wizard Rex on a track of days for the McLaren goes 4th fastest. Great time there, and the McLaren still look a threat once again as Wizard Rex continues to show his pace here. As Vader says, wrong setup. Well, that's not going to be ideal, but at least it's not your Tier 2 race, I suppose. Enhanced then is also going. It's P9 for Enhanced with a 1:16.5. Can he go any quicker than that? As he is going again. What about the Haas of William? He's going back into the pits. I don't know if he'll have enough time. Just under 3 minutes. William, this is going to be a pushy one. I'm not certain that he has enough time to go again. Maybe worth retiring and saving a set of softs. I don't know. I don't think with 2.5 minutes, and it obviously takes such a long time to get the car in the pits. Hayes is out on track, however, Wizard obviously just went P4. I don't think he can improve on that. Enhanced is on a lap. So let's stick then with the Ferrari, the only driver on a lap at the moment, with a few drivers on an outlap. Pesci, Hazel, Lynx, Mr. Poem and Vader are all on outlaps as Enhanced is improving by over 0.4 of a second. Again, this could be a sub 116 and it could put him in the top 5. So Enhanced threatening over 4th place. Where will the Ferrari go? Again, out of turn 14 and down and out of the hairpin and leading to the line now. Enhanced. It's a 16.1, goes up 1 spot. Only P8, but it's still a good improvement there. The Ferrari did lose time, however, in Sector 3. If he gained time, that could have seen him go into the top 5, but still a great effort from the Tier 2 driver who was Tier 1 in his first race, then he went to Tier 2 for his second race, back in Tier 1 for his third race, and he'll be racing again tomorrow. He's only reserving in tonight's event. Definitely looks like a quick driver, I've got to say though. Thankfully he's not driving for Red Bull, otherwise I think I'll be a bit screwed racing against Ghost and Enhanced in the same team. Then again, they do have Mr. Wiggles, who is a very adaptable driver himself, I have to say. Just tend to get some good teamwork of one of his non-teammates really in the form of Mindful Wasp, but still they do work together pretty well over at Red Bull. And ERC Vader at the moment is on a lap. Then again, quite a few drivers are now pushing on. Tajani Brinkman just starting his lap of 15.6 as Vader goes into the pits, and no improvement from him. That'll be his session over. Kennedy will be prepping a lap. Mr. Poem prepping his lap. How about Enhanced? I do think he'll be going into the pits, having just gone P8. Wizard Rex has retired in the pits, and no improvement on P4 for him. And again, we did see his time a couple of laps earlier. So now we're going to see what the AlphaTauris can do. Hazer starts his lap with Pesci starting directly behind. So the two title contenders will be going at it with Tajani Brinkman in Sector 2. No slipstream for him. Let's drop back to Enhanced, and he does go to the line to start a final lap. Does he get it in? Yes, he does. So Enhanced will get a final lap, but not enough fuel for him. The Aston Martin of Mr. Poem, however, he goes to the line, does not improve. Mr. Poem remains P9. Okay, so that'll be that for him then. As Lynx Peace, 15.770. It's P4 for Lynx. Steelane goes into the top 5 now, a 15.791. Great time there from the Aston Martin, pushing it with the front runners. But here comes Tajani Brinkman. Stays P3, but does improve. A 15.591. He's now within a tenth of Hazer. Hazer is improving by 1.5 tenths. Pesci saying he is purple Sector 2. This could be incredibly close between the pairing. And we're going to stick here with Hazer and then follow it in with Pesci. Who will take pole? Will it be Hazer? Will it be Pesci? To the line. Kennedy goes 6 fastest. Here comes Hazer. Hazer does not take it. Pesci will go quicker surely. Yes, he does. Hey, Pesci has done it. Within a tenth of a second is Hazer, but he's not taking pole. And that will be it round here because Enhanced is not improving. And that is that. ZN Zeus remains P7. Great start for him in Tier 1, but it's Pesci who clinches pole ahead of Hazer by just under a tenth of a second, with Tajani Brinkman starting on the second row from Lynx Peace. The third row, it will be Steelane and Kennedy. So really, really strong times in the end there, particularly that top 3, Pesci, Hazer and Tajani looking good. Would have been interesting how Merck could have done tonight if he was racing. Unfortunately, he's not. Then again, I'm not sure why he's not racing. It must be doing something, obviously. But yeah, Merck is not racing, unfortunately. But congratulations to Pesci. That will be a bonus point for him. And there you go. That will take him. Let's see the standings, actually, because I've not had a proper look. Has it been posted? Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, of course it was. So the standings now. That will mean that Pesci is within a point of Hazer. So 1 point separating Hazer ahead of Pesci in the standings. Wow, it continues to be incredibly tight between them. And that is a big bonus point for Pesci there to take that pole. Because a 3-point gap, I mean, it's not much, a 3-point gap, but it's obviously more effective and more impactful than a 1-point gap. But a gap is now just 1 point between Hazer ahead of Pesci going into the Hungarian Grand Prix. 19 rounds out of 25. But I do believe Pesci will be missing a round later on in the season. Therefore, Hazer. Well, then again, I mean, I would not be surprised if Pesci decided to race that one. So, I'm going to be honest. I don't think Hazer should take much out of that. He should just drive at a normal pace, not thinking about it. Just take into account that Pesci may decide, you know what, I'm still going to race even though I have an exam the following day. I don't blame him. If you had an exam the following day, would you still race? If you're in the championship battle, yeah, you probably would. Let's be honest. I think Pesci personally will race that one. Especially if it's so close between him and Hazer. I don't see a way that Pesci says, no, I'm not racing it. I think he'll race it personally. But yeah, well, now it's 1 point, Doug. It's not even 2. It's 1 point between them after Pesci's pole position. So going into this, it's going to be an interesting one. And whoever comes out on top between them, barring any penalties, of course, they will overtake the other driver in the championship. Especially if they end up on a podium. If it's only one place between them and neither get a podium, they will be level on points. So that would be interesting as well, wouldn't it? Right, let's my apologies for those in the race day lounge waiting. So we will be readying up at, I mean, we did go an extra minute. So let's do 20:34, I believe. It's basically 4 minutes, maybe just over 3 minutes now. So yeah, it's 3 minutes from now, but they did obviously get a bit of time before. So yeah, just posted that in there. So they've got a few minutes to go, and then we'll ready up. Oh no, somebody's readied up early. I think we'll get a restart. Pretty sure we'll get a restart. We are go, 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 but let's see. Yeah, we're going to get a restart because there's a Mercedes in the back. That is Kennedy. That is not moving, so it will have to be a restart. I am afraid they did go way too early, so it will be a restart. Sadly. But yeah, we did get a screenshot of the grid, so let's ensure we have that for us. But yeah, sadly there will be a restart to be formed. Right, let's go out then, because again, it will have to be a restart. And let's get this grid sorted out then. Well, so yeah, this is the start of the race. Has it been done? Oh wait. It did that, but it did it just before. That doesn't help. I don't really want to ideally end a stream either, but that, I thought I had it. But obviously the game screenshots it about a second later. Which is frustrating, because otherwise I would have had it perfectly. I believe it was Pesci Hazer, because on my, this is what I have on mine, I can post it in the lounge. I think most positions are correct on this, but... Well, actually, I'll put it in the steward chat so Doug, you can... Yeah, no, never mind, I'll just do it on the lounge, unless someone else has got it. Hang on. Right, we'll just take a few minutes just to get this all sorted out. Let me get back into the lobby as well. I don't think it's been created actually. No, it's not been made unfortunately. Kennedy says he was P6. So yeah, I think the only changes then were, so it would have been Tajani P3, Lynx P4, Kennedy P6. So Kennedy would be P6 with Zeus in P7. And then enhanced P9, Bolt P10. I think that'll be it. Yeah, that is it. Good. Okay, thank you. So Pesci, yeah, literally how I had it. That's good then. Right, just we'll wait on. I think if it's Mr. Perm opening it, I presume. If he's not, I don't mind making it myself. Let's see if anything's been said to me. I don't mind opening the lobby myself, to be fair. It's not exactly going to be difficult to do because I got the order. And then obviously you guys will get the... Oh yeah, and I'd need the weather as well, to be fair. I presume it's going to stay dry, but I wouldn't know. But I'm not certain if somebody else is making the lobby. Just double check one last time before I make one. Yeah, still in the main menu, so I will make one. Right. Let's get this all sorted out then. Dry all the way. Thank you, Steelane. Let's go Hungary. Don't need to do quality, and we'll get the custom grid. I mean, dynamic weather, but it doesn't really matter, does it? What, clear? Right, rain. Okay. What I'll have to do then, I'll go clear. I presume it'll be like clear light cloud, right? Does it let me do more than... Oh, it doesn't let me do more. Well, something like that. That does seem what they're saying as something like that. Obviously, again, it's on, if I put realistic and approximate, so it may not be necessarily totally correct. Let's go back to this one as well. Yeah, it's on long, okay. That's a shame though, that we only get a few blocks. If we got like 4 blocks or something, it would be a lot better. But I'll have it as that, I think. I don't know if the sun is correct like that. Obviously, I could put it as like light cloud or overcast. Then again, I've got it on light cloud. I could put it as overcast. But then at the same time, if let's say we had it like that would mean it would take longer for the rain to arrive, right? So if I do it like that, I think it'll be it will seem about right, I think. Just double check one last time that the lobby isn't being opened yet. Oh, he's got one open. He's got one open now. Okay, we'll go in that then. I think it would have been something like that, where it's like sunny, then it will be a bit cloudy, and then it will have some rain at the end, but it's probably unlikely. I don't know. It could become inters later in the race, but it's going to be tight. Sprint tomorrow. Don't worry, I'm not racing. I know it's a sprint. Yeah. Imola as well. Imola is just not the track, not the track to have a sprint at. Why do they do it in real life as well? Just Imola is just a horrible track. It's just like, it's just so bumpy. You can never quite get every corner. It's always unpredictable. In the rain, it's horrible as well. Yeah, I know, Imola. It's just horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm gonna probably be practicing it after this race, to be fair. Once this race is over, I'm gonna be practicing for Imola. Bring back the old layout. Yeah, I mean, I'll just delete the track full stop. To be fair, I'd say delete the track full stop. I mean, I'll go with that. Almost done with a cigarette. Oh yeah, I need to do invites. So we've only got Xbox people at the moment. So let's get the everybody else in. So we have. Why are they all so? Guys, can you not get your name a bit higher up? Start with an A or a B. Look, I've got everybody who is not racing tonight high up on my list. Should bring back Malaysia. I remembered racing Malaysia because I didn't really have old F1 games apart from 22. I had 21, but I only had that for a few months at the end of it. Then I went to 22, which was horrible. 23 was good. Well, this one, obviously. I had F1 2013 before that, and I did race Malaysia there. I did like it, to be fair. I wouldn't mind having it back. Wizard Rex. First F1 game I had was 2001. Wow. Long, long time ago. In a galaxy far away. Right. Let's get God back in. Oh, sorry, Zeus. Let's get Zeus in lobby. Anyone else? Lynx and Lost. Let Hazer cook. Yes. From one of his teammates. I hope he does cook. Totally unbiased. I'm joking. No, my honest views though on the championship. As long as it stays clean, and I'd love it to go to the wire because it's the best. It is so good when it goes to the wire. When you've got only a few laps to go and you still don't know who's going to win it then. I love that. That's what I want personally. I want it to go down to the last race of the season and there only be a few points between them. That would be perfect for me. So yeah, I don't read. I don't know. Do I have a favourite? I mean, listen. From a teammate's perspective, I would like Hazer to win it. But from a commentary perspective, which is effectively trying to be neutral, I just want it to go to the wire and have the best race possible and have it to be clean as well. Have you... Wait, bring back Magello. Yeah. Have you got one ultimate beast added? One ultimate beast? Huh? What is that? By that, do you mean beast? As in UFRL beast? But I don't know who else you mean. Is that how you mean, beast? Never mind. Okay, clearly not who you mean. That must be another driver in another league, eh? So we got 14. We're missing a... Oh, Coffee's the other driver, isn't he? Yeah, Coffee is unable to race, unfortunately. Because, connection problems for him, sadly. Right, now we just got to ensure that the lobby does actually have the positions correctly done. Not the same guy, I see. And let's see what Steel Lane's screen said. So, for me personally, that rain is coming after the race though. Unless there's safety cars, that's the only way that rain really could arrive. But that's the problem, we can't have any impact on that. If we could impact it, then it would be good. Because they only give us 3 like symbols to be able to use for the weather in a 50% race. Which for me is quite poor. Because, I mean, that's effectively saying what the first 15, the second 15, and the third 15 minutes should be like. But it's obviously not like that. You should be able to set... I think you should have 4 or 5 symbols, personally, for a 50% race. And that way you can actually impact the race a bit better to how it should actually be. Anyways, I'm sure we'll be getting started pretty soon. Obviously, the grid positions do need to be set. That's why we're not just readying up super quickly. Make sure you hold... Yeah, make sure people hold out for a 5-minute break as well, please. Right. So, it should be all good. I think the positions most likely will be set, but the only driver who won't be racing will be Coffee. So it will be down to 14 drivers. I wonder if Destroyer Drac could have raced now. Now that we've had a restart, I mean, wouldn't shock me if he would be able to race, but I don't know. He's not said anything, to be fair, from what I see. And obviously Merc, I don't know, I guess he probably won't be able to as well. What's going on? We had an early ready up, so we're having to remake the lobby. Question is, are you online? I can get you in, and then you can start at the back. If you're at home, of course. If you're home, you best say something in the lounge very quickly, so someone can say. Would be nice to have you in the race. I ain't racing. Ah, you're away this week. That's bad news then. I see. No worries. No worries. Well, hope you enjoyed the race either way. We've got 14 drivers. Coffee pulled out due to connection problems. Basically, his service went down completely. That's a bit unfair, Douglas. After the race at Vegas that you had, I'm joking. I still was struggling to see the incident with you and Gandalf. Like, I didn't see it from my angle. I didn't know there was contact. I think I got clarification from. Wait, who did I get clarification from? I think it was Merck who said to me. Merck said to me that there was contact, but I didn't see it on my end. I ended. You pretty much did, to be fair. You absolutely destroyed Gandalf. At least in that sense, Gandalf ain't in a championship battle, though, right? If he was in a championship battle, it would be a bit of a problem then, but yeah, thankfully he's not. And also the constructors, it's not like Alfa Romeo are particularly high up. In fact, they couldn't be any further lower than what they currently are, so it doesn't have a big impact on that, but obviously still from a driver perspective, you don't want to be DNF, do you? Where is actually, one thing I need to see. Where is he in a championship? I know we're not even looking at tier 1 right now. We're looking at tier 2 whilst we're waiting for all this to be sorted out. Gandalf is P6. Okay. Oh, you killed his opportunity, Doug, to get P3 in a championship. Oh, you should get a disqualification for that, mate. He could be fighting for P3, but now he's fighting to hold on to P6. How was Hybrid only P7? And he might be overtaken by Mindful Wasp now. He probably has been. The pace Hybrid's got, he should be higher than P8. Oh, I'm a tier 1 race when I ain't washed. See? There you go. Oh well. Lost to an old man last season. Well, miss. Oh wow, you're that. Oof. You do want to get disqualified, don't you? Jesus. Well, people are readying up. Would it please tell me that they were told to ready up? If not, the grid will not be set. But I'm hoping that they know. Also, drivers, I think they were told. Yeah, they were told. Drivers, make sure if you are listening to the stream that you get your strategy and your setups on. Your setups are crucial. You do not want to be racing. And also Vader, ERC Vader, you can get your setup on now. I know you chose the wrong one, but get your setup on. I think there was somebody last week. Tajani, maybe? Was it Tajani? Someone last week. I don't know who, but they didn't get their setup on. So make sure you get your setup on this week. If not, you might be stuffed. And especially Pesci and Hazer, you have to get your setups done. Nobody ready up early, please. Fingers crossed, nobody does. Vader. I am not repeating that, but that did make me chuckle. But yeah, just make sure you all get your setups on, so then you don't have to be negatively impacted in this race. Or impacted, rather. As the Racing Lounge does say. After picking setup and strategy, wait for go ahead. So do not ready up early, please. If somebody does, be prepared that you probably will be racing, and it won't be red flagged again, I presume. But still, shouldn't have to be readying up early. But yeah, so just to confirm again, for those who have just joined in, Pesci got pole ahead of Hazer. Therefore, the gap between them in a championship now is only 1 point in Hazer's favour. The rest of them, Link's Piece, Mr. Poem, Merc, they're sort of out of it. They're not really title contenders now. They're battling for third place. I know Merck's not here, so he'll lose ground on them. Maybe he can catch up later on. But for tonight, it's down to 2 drivers for the championship. One really I'm going to sue for compensation. Oh, for last season, right? To be fair, I think, if I'm being honest though, you would not have been one of my favourites for coming home in the top 3 in a championship. If you get third place in Tier 1, I think you would be my driver of the season for Tier 1, personally. Because like, looking at the names who were up there, I thought Pesci would be up there. I thought Hayes would be up there. Mr. Poem I thought would be up there. Took a bit of time, but he's got himself up there. Lynx I thought would be up there. I didn't envision Merc to be up there. Like, I didn't think you'll be low down. I thought, like, top of the midfield maybe, or something around there. But the fact that you're in the top 5 and could finish third place still, yeah, for me. And you're ahead of, like, Rusted Bolt. You know, the fact that you're ahead of Rusted Bolt is very impressive as well. Hayes or Pesci going to bottle it. That'll be a massive bottling, I've got to say, if they don't come in the top 2. Both of them have to finish in the top 2 at least. I'll make a late comeback. You need them to keep DNF in then. And you need Pesci to not race on that penultimate race of the season. I reckon he will though, surely. Doug, you've got to make sure Pesci races that week. Don't care that he's got an exam. He's got a race. His title's on the line. He's got a title on the line. Don't care about that exam. Just tell him that. That penultimate race of the season that he's saying he's going to miss. He can't miss it. That'll be silly. Just for an exam. Your exam's the following day. You're racing the night and then you've got an exam the following day. It's the following day for a reason. If it was the same time, fair enough. It's not though. Pesci's got to race that one. Otherwise, we'll just disqualify Pesci from the championship, I think. Obviously, I'm joking. But he's got to race it, come on. When his championship is on the line, if he loses the championship for missing that one race, wow. That's going to kick him badly. Because he also missed out on last season's title too. Missed out to Mr. Poem, didn't he? After that infamous Mexico Grand Prix, which had a lot of tricky conditions. Pesci lost out to Mr. Poem. He won't want to miss out for another season. And if he does miss that race, he will miss out for another season. So you can't do that. But yeah, let's see. I'm not certain what time we are due to ready up. Now? Okay, now we're due to ready up. I see. Right, nobody readied up earlier. That's good to see. Again, everybody, make sure you've got your setups on. Otherwise, you are going to be stuffed. Make sure you've got your fuel set. And by the way, if you don't know, fuel round here tends to be challenging. So unless there's safety cars and you're going low on fuel, then okay. But if there's no safety cars and you're low on fuel, best of luck. But yeah, the fuel tends to go down very quickly here at Hungary. So there you go, just a little bonus for anybody who doesn't know about the fuel here. It's not quite Qatar levels, but it's not far off from that. Who's going to do a Bottas then? What, teammates? Oh, Bottas! Oh, this was a track, wasn't it? Well, it's 5 lights. It's a long time coming, but it's go, go, go. And who's going to be the Valtteri Bottas going into turn 1? Will there be anybody? Zeus has taken Kennedy. Enhanced takes Wizard Rex. Good start for Pesci, but Hayes is alongside him already. Pesci with the wide line into turn 1. Side by side. Hayes is ahead. They're still going at it. Going into turn 2. And now, who will clear them? Still side by side. Pesci with the inside line. And I think Pesci will take it. But Hayes tries to hold it. The championship battles continues. And Pesci edges ahead. Hayes drops in behind. And they are 1 and 2. As I believe William and Zeus squabbling. Bolt goes off track as well, and he's squabbling away with ERC Vader at the back, but Pesci is ahead of Hazer at the start of the race. Hazer has opted for the soft tyre as well. from what I see. So it's soft for Hazer, mediums for quite a lot of the field. They are split between softs and mediums. Nobody has opted for the hards. William and Zeus have come through and lost. In fact, the yellow flag's pulled out for himself and Vader down the field. But it is Pesci from Hazer, from Tajani and Lynx in the top 4. Steenane and Kennedy having strong starts in 5th and 6th. Enhanced is up there in P7. Is he really tier 2? I don't think he's tier 2. No way. Can he? Is he tier 2? Can't be a tier 2 driver, can he? Enhanced, having a great race so far on the medium tyres. Okay, we're only a lap in, but the fact they qualified so high as well. As Pesci, of course, takes a fast up, but here comes Hazer. He wants to make inroads and he's going to go for the attack into turn 1. Side by side once again. Through goes Hazer into the race lead on the soft tyres. He's done the job he needs. And a business endo. Can he hold on to it? And Pesci tries to fight it back into turn 2. But Hazer is clear. Hazer leads on lap 2. On the soft tyres. It's time for him to try and put away. As the top 4 are gapping Steenane on those soft tyres as well. As a purple sector 1 for Hazer. Into the pits goes Lost on Vader. So crucial for those two. They need to get out cleanly. Enhanced losing place as well. He's lost out towards both Wizard and Mr. Poem, down to P9 now. For Enhanced, lost out to 2 soft tyre runners here. And down to P9 for the Ferrari driver. Let's go back up towards Tajani Brinkman then. He's all over Pesci. Pesci's losing time to Hazer. Hazer has pulled a 9/10 of a second gap here on Pesci. This could be influential for this race. Will we get rain in the latter stages as well? That will be a question for the final few laps of the race. If there is rain, there could be some drama. But Hazer has pulled out a 1 second gap now over Pesci. Pesci could be in some trouble. May he try and work with Tajani to get back up to Hazer here. Let's see what Tajani tries to do. Tajani is going to go for the overtake into turn 1 again, side by side. The Dutchman and Pesci come. Pesci with the outside line, Tajani with the inside line. But they switch it around. Pesci now with the inside line. And Pesci holds on to P2. But he will not be getting DRS from Hazer, especially after that squabble. He is still a second behind on Hazer. Hazer looking good at the minute to stay in P1. Let's see further down. Actually, we're going to stick with these two because Tajani is all over the rear of Pesci here. We were just going to drop down towards Mr. Poem and Enhance and William, but we're going to stay up the field with this battle for P2 as Link's piece now is within a few tenths of a second. It is a 3-way battle over P2 with Pesci, Tajani and Lynx. And also Steenane now has caught up on those soft tyres to half a second, and it is now effectively a 4-way battle over second place. Kennedy is not far away as well. Looking good though for these guys. And let's see Enhanced, who is tracking down Mr. Poem. Again, is he really a tier 2 driver or is he tier 1? Listen, he had good pace last week. He's had good pace tonight. He did have good pace in his first race in tier 1. For me, Enhanced looks like a solid tier 1 driver, but that's just my view. He's in the Ferrari as well. We could just take a normal tier 1 seat in my opinion, but yeah. Tajani then down the inside on Pesci. And he's trying to take second place. Has he got him though? They are still side by side. He's got him! Tajani up into second place. Big move from the Dutchman. But can Pesci fight it back? This could be pivotal for the championship as Tajani clears Pesci and up into P2. Pesci though will get DRS on the following lap. So let's see what he can do. He's going to keep close ties here on the Alpine. Link's piece and Steenane still there. Kennedy with 9/10 of a second behind. Wizard Rex also in there in P7, and a Mr. Poem 1.7 adrift. He is the one who is not getting DRS at this moment in time. Rusted Bolt has also caught the pack and is behind William about 0.4 of a second, so he will put the pressure here on the Haas. Can Willie keep Bolt at bay for P10? That's potentially a little bit off track, William. Did he get a track limits warning potentially here on lap 4? It is a possibility. Try to avoid those warnings because, then again, you shouldn't be seeing too many penalties tonight. Not a well-known circuit to receive time penalties on. I know you can get the odd one round a quick left-hander at turn 4. If you do go a bit wide, it can be very easy to pick up a warning. But in a moment, they seem pretty stable. Pesci has not gone for the overtake on Tajani, so they remain as they were. And further down the field as well, William trying to challenge with Enhanced, but they still stay P9, P10 and P11 with Rusted Bolt still in behind. Stick with this trio at the moment, although Link's Piece is closing that gap towards Pesci, and they are heading now round into the chicane. Let's go back up the field. See Steel Lane in good pace tonight so far from Steel Lane. Qualified high in the top 5 and currently still remains in the top 5. Did he qualify in the top 5? Let's see the position changes tonight. Yeah, he did. So Hayes is up 1, Tajani is up 1 as well. Pesci is down 2 spots, losing them to the top 2. Link, Steel Lane and Kennedy have all held position here. Up 1 for Wizard Rex, up 3 for Mr. Poem. Great start from him from P11 on the grid. Enhanced holding on to P9. William is up 2, up into the top 10. Down 1 is Rusted Bolt out of the top 10. And down 5 for ZN Zeus on his Tier 1 debut, down to P12. Lost and Vader are at the back of the field. They are having a little battle over P13 and P14, although Lost now pulled out a little bit of a gap on Vader. Enhanced now, deciding he does not want to drop in behind. He's staying ahead now, making a move on Mr. Poem and up into P8. I think Enhanced could be ready, you know, get himself into Tier 1. Surely he's ready for a Tier 1 seat. Get him into that Ferrari. Black Panther's not really been racing, so there you go. And then again, it's not just Black Panther, but you also had another driver who's not in there. I should know who that driver is, but I can't remember their name. They were quick, but they're not really racing, so Enhanced for me. Easy Tier 1 driver. The fact that he's able to battle with Mr. P, William, Rusted Bolt makes sense for me. He may not have incredible, but then again, he's 3 seconds off, but don't forget he was behind Mr. Poem. Now he's been able to make a move on him. Can he close the gap towards Wizard, who has not got a DRS from the drivers ahead? See Rusted Bolt. Oh! Mistake for Mr. Poem. It's going to be 3-way. And through goes Bolt. Or not just 1, but 2. Bolt up into P9 now. Mr. Poem with a pivotal error. And that means Rusted Bolt can salvage his way. And another error for Mr. Poem sliding. And William now is surely going to go down the inside. Round at turn 14 hairpin. Here comes William. He's got DRS. Poem does not. Or does he? But Poem, no, he doesn't quite get it. So there's a chance here for William, but he does not take it into turn 1. Mr. Poem is trying to hold on those soft tyres. Tyre wear not looking good round it. Was that a little slide I saw from Mr. Poem as well? I don't believe it was. But Poem stays ahead of William. This wouldn't be frustration for William. He loses time, and a lot of time at that to Rusted Bolt, who is now gaining on Enhance and is within 7/10 of a second. Is this a one-stop or a two-stop strategy for the soft tyre runners of Taser, Steel Lane, Wizard and Mr. Poem? Because the tyre wear is not great around here at Hungary, I've got to say. Would not surprise me if a two-stopper is on the cards. Back towards William we go, and he is all over Mr. Poem. Poem is struggling at the moment with the balance of the vehicle here at Hungary. Not really known to be a struggle for him at Hungary. I'm pretty sure he has a tendency of being relatively strong at the Hungarian Grand Prix, but he has had a struggle tonight. I know the cars are very different. I feel it myself as well, by the way. Bahrain on Saturday night didn't feel quite right. Netherlands felt a bit better than I did on the Sunday morning. Mr. Poem has gone off track. That will give William the move that he has been dying out for, crying for in his racing into turn 1. William is able to pull ahead, and up into P10 he goes, but he's now 2.5 seconds back from this battle between Enhanced and Rusted Bolt. I'm sure Bolt surely will make a move on Enhanced, but could not make it into turn 2, so he has to remain in P9. But he's going to be all over the rear of the Ferrari and will want to make a move into P8 here. There's no real battles to note going further forward. Tajani and Pesci still going at it, but Tajani has got the gap he needs at 0.6 of a second. He's closing in now on Hayes, and the gap down to 1.4 seconds. And also Lynx has now got Steel Lane right behind him. That's at 0.3 of a second, so Steel Lane looking good here to keep the gap towards Link's Piece. He'll be aware that Lynx has lost DRS to the 2 drivers ahead in the form of Pesci and Tajani. So this could be an opportunity for Steel Lane to make a move on the Red Bull. Let's see what can happen. The soft tyre runners, are they thinking about a two-stopper here? If they are, How will that play out for them? And if they're not, surely it's going to be soft to hard, because soft to medium will be a challenge here. Just dropping it down towards Rusted Bolt into turn 1, side by side with Enhanced now. With the wide line for Bolt, but it will go to an inside line. And Bolt through into turn 2. Still going at it. Enhanced with the outside line. Can he hold on? I don't think he can, but they're still going at it. Incredible battles going on here. The Ferrari goes a bit wide. Bolt sails past. And Bolt is into the top 8. Enhanced, can he fight this one back? He won't be able to. And Rusted Bolt makes the move into 8th place. And next up is a 3.5 second gap towards the McLaren of Wizard Rex, but it's starting to look good for the Lithuanian, who is up into the top 8. Can he close in on the American up ahead in the form of Wizard Rex? We'll still keep on with Enhanced though, who does seem to have some decent pace, but he hasn't been able to catch up to Wizard. Can Rusted Bolt catch up to Wizard Rex? So that will be the next question. And also to note, nobody's really done a Bottas round here, although then again, Lost and Vader are now going at it, the tier 2 drivers. Enhanced is the other tier 2 driver, but he's clearly looking like a potential tier 1 pace. And again, he is sort of he would look like a back market tier 1 pace, but he's still looking good. Still in there with Rusted Bolt at the moment. Bolt is not exactly a back marker, is he? He is a very good driver. As Vader goes off track there. Let's go back up towards Pesci. He is now within 0.4 of a second of Tajani. Tajani 1.5 behind Hayden, so he's not really gaining on the race leader and a championship leader as well. But there could be an opportunity here for Tajani and Pesci, knowing that Hazer is on those soft tyres, and those soft tyres will not last forever. So how much longer will Hazer decide to stay out for will be the question. And will he go mediums or will he go hards? It may depend on how quickly Tajani and Pesci can catch him up. Let's go back down towards this battle here between Vader and Lost. I think Lost has P13 in the bag at the moment. Vader just not able to make a move. Both are on medium tyres, as is Zeus up ahead. Zeus is closing the gap as well towards Mr. Poem, I do believe. 11.6 seconds is the gap there. Back towards Pesci then in this little battle, and also Steel Lane is still hanging on to Link's piece, 0.4 of a second. Clearly, as you could tell, Pesci is not closing in quickly enough, but Steel Lane certainly is, and was having a look into turn 1. Not quite able to make a move. Let's go back up towards Pesci, see if he's close enough, but he's not going into turn 2. What about Steel Lane? Again, he's just too far adrift into turn 2, so he will have to hang back and just stay in P5. Good evening, Speedy Bullet. Hope you're doing well. As you can tell in this race, well, it's a battle at the front. Hazer, though, is being caught up now as Mr. Poem into the pit. Onto another set of soft tyres. So a second soft tyre run for him. It's definitely a 2-stop for him. And now Hazer has been pulled in by Tajani. They were well outside the second, but now they have got themselves within the 1 second window. Hazer's tyres seemingly lasting 10 laps before a drop-off has started to claim itself. Has there been contact here between Lost and Vader? As you can tell, yellow flags are on for ERC Vader, who's back on track now. Lost is further behind. Doesn't look like any damage for him, but this could be important for those two teams. And they certainly don't want to be lapped, but it could be that they could be lapped here. And into the pits goes Link's Piece. That's an early stop here. Medium tyres for Link's Piece. He's stopping, and it looks like hards. It is fresh hard tyres to run for Link's Piece. He was on mediums, so his mediums have lasted less time than soft tyre runners in the form of Hazer, Steel Lane and Wizard Rex. That is a 2-stop strategy surely for Link's Piece, unless he could do the 23 laps on those hards, or maybe wait until it's a safety car. He could be in a bit of trouble here, Link's Piece. That's a bit too early surely to go for the hard tyres. I did have a feeling that the tyre strategies were going to be so important here, because tyre wear and the fuel is not great around Hungary, and that's normally because I mean, Sector 1 ain't too bad, but Sector 2, Sector 3, there's so many turns, and tricky turns as well, which puts a lot of pressure and affects the tyres greatly here. And that is quite crucial to try and keep those tyres in check, but it is always challenging. Here is Wizard Rex as well, looking at a move on Kennedy. Can he get a move on Kennedy and find his way up into 5th place though? And I wonder if Steve Lane will be happy as well, because he's managed to get a breakaway from Link's piece. And Wizard Rex does go for the overtake. It is a double DRS zone as well here at Hungary. So Wizard Rex pulls the gap on Kennedy and up into 5th place. But Tajani now is well within 0.3 of a second of Hazer. It's going to be tight now. Hazer's tyres are falling off a cliff. So does he go for an early stop Hazer then? For hards, or does he go mediums and think about a 2-stop strategy? Has he done his practice? That is going to be the question. Has Hazer done his practice? If he has, then maybe a 2-stop could work. If not, then a 1-stop is going to be interesting. But I reckon he may not have been expecting these soft tyres to go off. I don't know. Did he expect the soft tyres to go off quickly? Because he might not just be passed by one. He may be passed by both drivers here. If he's not careful going into turn 1 and then turn 2, this could be a double overtake. Does Hazer stay out? He does. This is going to be intriguing now. We could see a potential double overtake, either into turn 1 or even into turn 2. Let's see what Tajani can do. He's a bit far back at the moment. Pesci is going for it. Certainly Tajani's going for it into turn 1. Late braking though from Tajani. There was a car being lapped further back. It will be lost, but it's still going at it here between Hayes and Tajani. Pesci will be watching in behind. Into turn number 2. Round the bend. And who has got the inside line? It is Tajani with the inside line. And Tajani is now ahead of Hazer. Hazer's gaining on him again, but Hazer will have to drop in behind there, as will Pesci. As Tajani takes the race lead. Pesci has a penalty. There's a 3-second penalty for the McLaren of Pesci as well. So that is going to be so important here in the championship battle between himself and Hazer. It won't really cost him compared to Steve Lane right now, but don't forget they all need to pit still in this race. And Link's piece on the fresh hards could be looking at a good position later on. Let's see what he can do though. Yeah, not looking great there as the ghost of loss, and that is due to the fact he has been lapped. What does Hazer do now? Does he think about pitting or does he stay out? Knowing that he's still in a DRS with the likes of Tajani and Pesci. Well, Pesci will be losing time. And look at Loss. Loss is certainly not wanting to hang around here. He's wanting to overtake these guys, knowing that he may be quicker. That might be a surprise there. Loss could actually be the quicker driver compared to these 3. But then again, he's not making a move yet. Maybe he's just happy to sit in behind them. Certainly looks good though at the front for Tajani, but Hazer's pace has been relatively strong on those softs. 14 laps in on them, and he's still there with Tajani well within the 0.4 of a second. He needs to stay within a second though on this lap to get another ounce of DRS to keep Pesci behind. Don't forget, once he does make a pit stop, which I'm sure he may think about it within the next couple of laps, when he does pit, which looks like a 1-stop strategy for Hazer, let's see how it works for him. And he may try and get Pesci over a second behind Tajani. If that happens, that could play a big part in this race as well. And look at the gap at the moment, it is 0.7, so Hazer will be within DRS once again and does not make a pit stop as a result. Yes, he does. Hazer is in then. He would have got DRS too. But into the pits goes Hazer, and he will... Oh, it's a 5-second penalty for Hazer! It's a massive penalty, 5 seconds to Hazer. Into the pits also goes Steve Lane and Wizard Rex, but they do not get penalties. Hazer has opted for the fresh mediums, as have both Steve Lane and Wizard Rex. That is massive. Enhanced gets a fast lap, 18.0, and he will be ahead of Steel Lane and Wizard Rex as well. But Hazer, that could be the biggest penalty of the season so far. I know Pesci has 3 seconds, but the fact that Hazer now has a 5-second penalty, that, if he gets a safety car at some point in this race, that could be really good. I'm very surprised about the penalty, I have to say, based on the fact that it didn't look like he was going quick at all. He looked like he was going very slowly in the pit, and yet he still got the 5 seconds. I'm not sure how that worked exactly, but that will be devastating for him. Let's drop down towards Mr. Poem, who is behind Steel Lane despite the 5-lap undercut. And he has to pit again, don't forget, so Mr. Poem will drop behind Wizard Rex and Zeus as well, but Zeus also needs to pit again, so let's see how things work. Go further up the field, once again, this time towards Pesci, who has still got Lost in behind. Lost, don't forget, has pitted in its last position, a lap down, but Pesci is there with Tajani right now. And also here comes Link's Piece down on the inside on William. William on the much older tyres. Link's Piece has the undercut on Hazer too, don't forget. And Link's Piece on the hard up into the top 5. William on a different strategy as well. I think if there's a safety car, Hazer would pit again to serve that penalty. But that will be, wow, that's going to play a big part in this race here. Hazer having that 5 seconds. If he does, he'll want everybody to have pitted by the time he needs to serve that penalty. He will be gaining on Link's Piece, I know that much. How quickly can he catch up is the question. There are big gaps further back, but they are on split strategies. Into the pits goes ERC Vader from P13, and let's keep an eye on the top 2 here, Tajani and Pesci. They are effectively on an overcut now, and Pesci has opted to pit, may be aware of the Hazer 5-second penalty. He may come out around Steel Lane, I can imagine. Tajani gets a 5-second penalty. So they both got in, but Tajani now has joined Hazer with a 5-second time penalty. This has opened the door greatly for Pesci to come away with a win despite a 3-second penalty. All of those contenders who were leading this race have time penalties of 3 seconds or 5 seconds. Pesci with 3, Tajani and Hazer with 5. And now, Pesci and Tajani are out behind Steel Lane. And Steel Lane is on pretty fresh tyres as well. This could be great for Steel Lane. 2-lap older tyres, but he's on mediums. Tajani and Pesci have opted for hards. This could be so big now that Hazer has got effectively... Steel Lane may as well be Hazer's teammate right now, because that is what he is going to be doing, but Pesci will want a place, and Hazer takes William as well. Oh, into the chicane. Hazer's got William into the chicane. Brilliant stuff from him. Up to P4 now for Hazer. He's got another car in between himself and his title rival, as Link's Piece is all over the rear of Kennedy. Don't forget, Link's Piece does not need to pit again. He is effectively net P1. This could be a good race here for Link's Piece, knowing that Hazer has the 5-second penalty as well, but Link's is all over Kennedy. Kennedy does get DRS from Rusted Bolt. Is Bolt going to try and play a big team game here? Try and keep Link's Piece behind for an extra lap and then allow Hazer in. But here comes Link's Piece. He's going down the inside on Kennedy to turn 1. And he makes a move on Kennedy into turn 1. Link's up at a P2 now. He's not going to be able to overtake Rusted Bolt. This could be big. What game does Rusted Bolt play here? Does he try and hold up Link's and Kennedy to bring Hazer into the battle? Well, there you go. Hazer is now within a second as well, so he's already called this up. There are 2 real big battles going on right now. This is the battle for first place between Bolt, Links, Kennedy and Hazer. And there is a battle going on further back between Enhanced, Steel Lane, Tajani and Pesci. That is for P6. So these are the battles to watch. They all have pitted in these battles apart from Rusted Bolt and Kennedy. Still trying to keep an eye on these 2. And here comes Hazer. He's going for it. Hazer makes a move on Kennedy. Brilliant stuff. And they're going side by side here between Bolt and Link's Piece. And has Link's got him round the outside? Yes, he does. following in is Hayes. He's looking for the line. Bolt goes into the pit. This gives the initiative towards Hazer. That is brilliant teamwork from Bolt, because here comes Hazer. But does Lynx get DRS? He does not. No DRS for Lynx Peace. Hazer has a big chance at the turn one. What a jump from Bolt. Through goes Hazer. He has the race lead. He has a 5-second penalty. But Hazer leads at Hungary on lap 20 with the fresher tyres. That was splendid team play between the AlphaTauri drivers. And through goes Hazer into the race lead. He takes Lynx into turn one. Absolutely brilliant. Can Lynx Peace keep pace with Hazer? But that was a teamwork of UFRL that we've ever seen before. You will not see anything like that, because Rusted Bolt and Hazer played it to perfection. Absolutely superb. Rusted Bolt, you are the team driver of the day. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant between those two. And that is perfect. If you want to know how to do a strategy as teammates, that is how you do it. Rusted Bolt, give yourself a clap. That is superb. Now let's see what Tajani can do. He is going to try and make the move on Steel Lane. Steel Lane is all over William as well. These guys have to be making moves, because Hazer now leads the race and he has got a 2-second gap on Lynx Peace. They are going to let him walk away. Kennedy goes into the pit. This could be beneficial for Steel Lane here. Then again, would it be? He won't get DRS, or will he? Yes, he does. He gets DRS. He gets DRS. This is going to be big for Steel Lane now. But despite that, Tajani still goes down the inside of him into turn one. Pesci is there. Oh, it's a collision. Pesci into Steel Lane. I get the impression that maybe a penalty incoming for Pesci, because that has cost Steel Lane greatly. He is out of the running now for a potential podium. Is that Pesci's fault? That's the question. You know what I might just do? I might quickly clip it. A nice little clip, 30 seconds. I love that I could do that, by the way. I just wanted to clip it because I could see what happened. But there you go. Pesci and Steel Lane with a collision. Whose fault was it? That's the question. Did Pesci give our Steel Lane enough of an opportunity there? Maybe he did. I don't know. I'd like to watch that one back personally, actually. But yeah, no, I have clipped it. Let's see what happens from that one. There are yellow flags for Enhance now. He's having a little bit of a donut further back, but he's back underway. Donuts, not quite the time for donuts, I don't think, down in P11. That's not really what you want to be doing. Let's see Rusted Bolt then. He is now behind Steel Lane. Unfortunately, Steel Lane is ahead of Bolt. I don't think he's going to be ahead of him for long. Pesci is into the pit. Pesci has got wing damage, ladies and gentlemen. And this has unravelled within a lap. Bolt gets a fast lap and Bolt takes Steel Lane into turn one. But Pesci has gone for fresh mediums. Could have gone fresh softs. He could have done maybe, but he's gone fresh mediums and a change of wing. He's down to P10 now. And this is it for Pesci. He is going to lose so many places in this race. He's going to lose so many points to Hazer. If he can get himself back into it, he needs a safety car. Let's be honest here. Pesci needs a safety car to get himself back into this race. Oh yeah, don't forget, rain will be coming maybe. Will the rain come in? Because look at those clouds. Is it raining now? Enhance is back into for softs as well. It looks very cloudy out there. It doesn't look like it's raining just yet. But I do believe rain looks inbound. Looking at those clouds, it doesn't look like we got long until the rain arrives here. A lot of drivers have pitted for fresh rubber, but those clouds are not looking healthy at all. Quite grey, I've got to say. Will we get any rain before the end of this race? The reason why I go to this view is so I can see on the halo. That's the best way to see if there's any rain, is on the halo. It looks okay from what I'm seeing right now, but the rain could be coming here at Hungary, and how significant will that be? Hazer has got the gap he needs on Lynx, over 5 seconds. Enhance receives a 3-second penalty. He's down to P13, but he's on fresh soft tyres. See what Tajani could do here. Up against Link's piece. Can he get him over to P2? Again, he's got a 5-second penalty, Tajani. But nobody at the moment seems to be able to stop Hayes, despite Hayes' 5-second penalty. As Tajani goes off track, he's still going to look for a move on Link's piece. Cannot quite make it. He's got 6-lap fresher tyres compared to the Red Bull. He will be getting DRS as well. So let's see what Tajani will do here. And still no rain as he goes very close to the Red Bull. But you will see him quite easily make a move because he's so close to the Red Bull already. So much more grip. And the hard tyres working out for Tajani. He's up into P2 now. But again, that is a pivotal penalty for both drivers, but particularly for Tajani at this moment in the race. But through he goes and up into second position. Still no rain at the moment, but the cloud's not looking great. Will we get rain before the end of this race? Kind of hoping that we kind of do. Pesci gets a fastest lap. He is in the top 10 as well, so he will be getting that fastest lap point at the moment, as well, of course, of the pole position point for Pesci. But it's looking good for Hazer at this minute. He will not want a safety car. And then again, maybe he would. I don't think he would mind a safety car right now. He would not be against a safety car at this moment in time, I don't think. Let's go with Kennedy because he is catching Steelane. Is now within 1 second of Steelane. Very different strategy to Enhance. Gets another fast lap of 17.629. I don't think Pesci will be too happy with that. I know Pesci's on mediums. Enhance, I mean, look, I know he's down the order, but he's got plenty of decent pace. Link's piece is in the pits. He's done 12 laps on the hard tyres. Is he going to go mediums to the end here? But he's back into the pits now. And it is going to be mediums to the end. He's got 10 laps to go. Could he have gone softs? I think he could have done, but he's gone mediums now. Mediums to the end for Link's piece. And he is going to be out. Is he going to be out behind William? It's going to be close between them into turn 1. And as you can see, William is trying to brake late. Link's piece riding the curb here, but he has got himself ahead of William. And there you go, in P7 now, Link's piece, but he's on the fresh mediums. But he's very far behind the likes of Kennedy, who is battling hard here with C-Lane. Has he got to look down the inside? Not quite. I look down the inside of turn 5. What about through the turn 6, 7 chicane? He will go for the overtake into the chicane. And Kennedy side by side, but he's not going for it. He's trying to get a switchback. He's going to go for the switchback. They have given each other respectful space here. Kennedy and Steelane, great racing between them. Steelane potentially a little bit off track there, but Kennedy trying to keep him under pressure. And he's keeping the pressure on. Steelane goes off once again. Kennedy not quite alongside into turn 12. And now through it to the turn 13 hairpin. Steelane holding out ahead of Kennedy. Has Kennedy got what it takes to make a move here? He will get DRS though, so this will be an advantage, and a clear advantage at that for Kennedy. Here he comes then, as the Merc will surely make the overtake into turn 1. Sweet and simple, and up into 5th place he goes. Steelane cannot quite fight it. Sadly for Steelane, he should really be higher up in this race. He really should be, but after that incident with Pesci, I say he should be, I still don't really know entirely who it was on. I guess I could have a look here. I actually might have a look, because I obviously clipped it. I've got it on my Xbox folder. Let's have a look, shall I? Oh, Kennedy's now gone off track as well. So that's going to be big. See if CNA can keep up with him. But Kennedy's on the much better tyres here. I am just going to have a quick watch of the incident. Because I obviously did save it, but I don't think it's uploaded yet. Sadly. Gonna have to wait a little bit for it to upload, so I can't quite watch it right now, sadly, as much as I would love to. But yeah, I will have to wait for it to fully save. It's probably saved on my actual console, but it's not saved when I'm looking on my phone. So it's just gonna wait for it to do that. Once it does that, I can give it a good watch and see what I think of it. Oh wait, it's just come on now. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look at the incident. There's no battles to note. Link's piece is just entering up to it, however. He's caught up quickly, Link's Piece, compared to Kennedy and Steelane. I've got to say, he's all over Steelane. He's actually going to go for a move. Link's Piece down the inside on Steelane into turn 2. And the Red Bull is up into P6. Next up is Kennedy. And then he'll be up into the top 5 on the freshest tyres as well. Still looks like there's no rain here. Cannot quite confirm there will be rain by the end of the race. Not going to go for it here, is he? He's going to go for it. Sort of backs off in the end, but it was a bit of an offence there for Link's Piece. I think going for it to the chicane, you've really got to be side by side going for the overtake into the chicane, otherwise you're going to put yourself at risk. Right, I'm watching the incident now. Let's see. Oh, and there you go. Link's Piece now gets a move on Kennedy. Was it wise to go for the move into turn 12, however? Into turn 12, he's got the move done, but don't forget Kennedy will get DRS from the Red Bull. How smart was that from him? Right, let's see. Right, let's watch it again, because obviously I've been watching this battle here, but Link's Piece has got himself ahead. Right, let's reload it then. But yeah, Link's Piece up into 5th position now. It's going to be quite important for him to stay in P5. Unless he can gain another spot here. Russell Bolt on soft tyres. He's five laps older. He's just under 6 seconds between them. Could be a chance, you know, for Link's Piece to catch up to Russell Bolt. Right, just watching the incident again now whilst nothing is particularly happening. I'm trying to watch the screen as well. So, Steelane has the outside line. Oh, Steelane has slipped. I believe the reason for the incident between Steelane and Pesci is because Steelane slipped into Pesci. And as a result, contact was formed. It was not, from what I've seen there, it was not on Pesci. I do not believe Pesci will be getting a penalty for that, so he doesn't need to worry. From what I've seen, it was probably going to be a racing incident. So it was not on Pesci from what I have seen. As much as I may have thought it was at the time, but I was incorrect. Sorry to Pesci, who may be listening. But yeah, that was not on Pesci, Wizard Rex. Quite simply, he slipped, sadly, into Pesci's path. So nothing Pesci could do on that. And it was not on the McLaren. He has caught up to the battle between William and Mr. Perm, however. Kind of in a way hoping he could get a move done, as Mr. Perm has made a move on William. Pesci's still there, lost, I believe that is lost. But he's behind, he has been lapped, don't forget. And Pesci's gone down the inside of William now, and up into 9th place. Pesci only 1 lap on fresher tyres compared to Perm and William, and Kennedy receives a 3-second penalty as well. Going into the final laps of this race, let's get the penalty situation on and the gap to the leader, so we can see how it's going to impact everybody. But yeah, going through it again, that was not on Pesci, that incident between himself and Steelane, sadly. It was a slip from Steelane into Pesci, and therefore, if you're, for example, Hazer listening, Pesci won't be getting a penalty for it. From what I've seen anyway, I only had one look on the replay, but I do not believe that it's on him. It would be good if I could actually show that on the screen, to be fair. Don't know, is it worth, should I do it after the race maybe? If I find a way to do it, I would love to. I might be able to. Anyways, Pesci here all over the rear now of Mr. Perm. Is he going to go for it to turn 1? I think he will. He knows he's got a double DRS, so this will be a chance, and Pesci does make a move. Up into P8 then. I think Mr. Perm's battle really is with William for P9 and P10. Steelane still there with Kennedy as well. He's doing pretty well to hold on to the Mercedes, battling over P6 right now. Pesci could catch up to them. And right at this moment, the top 2, it would stay this way. Hazer would still win. Tajani would remain P2. Mr. Perm receives a 3-second time penalty as well. He would lose out to William as things stand now as a result. But yeah, it would stay the top 3 would all stay. Actually, the top 5 would all stay like that. Hazer from Tajani, from Wizard, from Bolt, from Lynx. It would be a great race for the AlphaTauri team. But if we get a late safety car, then everybody would obviously chuck on. Maybe, but then again, a lot of people won't pit, you imagine, onto fresh softs, especially if you know you're going to lose a lot of places potentially. Hazer won't want another safety car. If he does, he'll have to box to get rid of that 5-second penalty. So would Tajani, surely. They would not be able to afford staying out with 5 seconds of penalties. If there's a safety car, it will cause big problems, potentially, to both Hazer and Tajani Brinkman. And it could bring Pesci back into it. Not saying Pesci will be leading after tonight, he won't be, unless something massive happens to Hazer. But that 5-second penalty could be important if we get a late safety car. Do not rule it out. Let's see where the battles are unfolding. It's still battling here between Kennedy and Steelane. It does not look like there's any rain yet. Although again, it's pretty much looking very cloudy out there as Vader now receives a 3-second penalty. And Enhanced makes a move on Zeus down the straight. And into turn 1, Enhanced up into P11. William has dropped back now from Mr. Perm. Mr. Perm has also dropped back from Pesci. Now Pesci catching up to the two ahead, who are Kennedy and Steelane. That's going to be a battle for P6 at the end of this race. Who will get P6? Will it be Kennedy? Will it be Steelane? Or will it be Pesci? Steelane may be the favourite based on the fact he doesn't have a penalty, but Pesci will be the natural favourite with a pace advantage, of course, for the McLaren driver. There won't be another McLaren win though at Hungary here in Tier 1 unless somehow Wizard Rex can pull in Hazer greatly. He's not going to be able to do it. But the gap between himself and Hazer and also Tajani has not really dropped off. It remained around just over 9 seconds. So Wizard Rex not losing pace now to the top two, particularly to Hazer, but he is losing a little bit to Tajani it seems. Tajani looks like he is slightly closing on Hazer, but again, not a big close. That's Pesci all over the rear now of Steelane. Not going for it into the turns 6 and 7 chicane, but he's still all over him. And looking at a move down, he is under to turn 8. Has he got the move into turn 8? He has. And Pesci is up into 7th position now. He's got P6 just ahead in the form of Kennedy. It could be a great recovery here from the McLaren. If he could take P6, it'll be some good points. I think maybe 15 points is what you get for P6. Hazer would have, and then plus the bonus point for pole. It's gone through on Kennedy straight away. Kennedy will get a DRS though. So let's see how wise that was for Pesci to go for the overtake there, because it will be double DRS here for Kennedy. And he's going to get himself back ahead. Wow, that's not played out well for Pesci. Pesci did not need that. He should have stayed behind. That was a mistake from Pesci. He should have stayed behind him. Or should he? Because here comes Pesci again, using the battery, getting the traction. They are side by side again, Pesci and Kennedy. Pesci with the inside line now. Pesci gets back through with Kennedy. He's back into P6. That could be big, because Pesci now on lap 33. We've got 2 laps. We've got 3 laps remaining, and Pesci is up into 6th place. Can he bridge a gap on Steelane? Well, he's already built a 1-second gap on him, so let's see what he could do in the final moments of this race. But Pesci up into 6th place. Not sure where the other battles are coming from. Maybe Lynx could take Bolt and get P4 here. Could give Red Bull the extra point on the AlphaTauri. Battling in the Constructors' Championship, don't forget. In the top 2 are Red Bull and AlphaTauri. So this could be a game changer, whoever takes who, with the couple of laps remaining. We have kickstarted lap 34, and the front of the field, Hazer is 2.2 seconds ahead of Tajani. Is Tajani going to get within a second by the end of the race? Wizard Rex is also not losing too much time, 8.9 seconds behind here. Could be a chance for Wizard Rex to maybe end up second. Could be a chance for Tajani to win this race as well, if he can keep gaining on Hazer. Steelane has got Kennedy to turn 1. He has done it. Mr. Poem is there as always watching on. But Kennedy has lost out to Steelane. And Steelane now up into P7. They've both got penalties here, Kennedy and Mr. Poem. Steelane does not. And Steelane is still within 3 seconds of Pesci right now. But again, we've got just over 1.5 laps remaining for these 4 drivers. Still though, looking at that, Pesci, he is, well not Pesci, Hazer 2 seconds ahead of Tajani. Tajani has not really gained on this lap. And now down the inside goes Lynx, a bit of a dive, I've got to say. It is a dive bomb there from Lynx Piece on Russ Bolt. He has made a move as well. Bolt will get DRS from it. But for me, that was a very, very dangerous, pretty dangerous to go for the move like that. Why was he doing that for? Oh, what's going on there? Lynx Piece, I'm not sure what he's doing there. He's weaving around like mad. I do not understand what Lynx Piece was trying to do. But Bolt has got himself back up to P4. I don't know if Lynx Piece was trying to give him the place or not. You don't normally see drivers weaving around like that on the straight. You only do that if you're trying to gain temperature, but you don't do that in those circumstances when you've got a driver in such close proximity. Not sure why Lynx Piece was doing that. I have no idea, Jeff. I have no idea, Jeff, why he was doing that, but there you go. He is now behind Rusted Bolt. Maybe he feels it was too aggressive, his move on Rusted Bolt. I don't know. But we're going to go away because Hazer, despite the 5-second time penalty, this is going to be a crucial 23 points here on round 19 in season 6. Hazer will come away and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Tajani comes through in P2. A good podium for the Dutchman. And Wizard Rex takes a brutal podium for the McLaren. Stunning stuff from Wizard Rex here. Bolt holds on to P4 ahead of Lynx Piece in the end. Lynx takes P5. Pesci looks like he's going to take P6 despite his penalty. Unfortunate earlier on was Steelane, but he does come through in P6. Steelane will take P7. Poem may lose out towards William here. Williams run out of battery, I think. Run out of fuel, rather. Did he run out of fuel, or did he just let Poem have the place because he has dropped in P9 now? Mr. Poem takes P8. Kennedy has run out of fuel. Quite clearly. With no, don't forget, no safety cars. But Kennedy will still come home in P10. And Enhance will be taking P11 unless he runs out of fuel as well. Which he is not looking like he's doing. So we'll be P11 for the Ferrari of Enhanced. Did he take fast lap as well? I think he may have done, yes. 617.6. So Enhanced takes P11. But we've also got to think Enhanced did not finish in the top 10. So he won't be taking a bonus point. Zeus has run out of fuel. But he takes P12. And that is the final finisher of those on the lead lap. Of course, you had ERC Vader in P13 ahead of Lost in P14 as well. Russell Bolt, game driver of the day. I've got to say, after his incredible teamwork with Hazer earlier on and also going to take P4, you know what? I think I might agree with that. Russell Bolt for me may be driver of the day. P4 and the teamwork that he did with Hazer early in the race. I think driver of the day in game driver of the day is very fair, and he could be the driver of the day in total because he was down in P10 when he started. He did drop to P11 as well. Finishes P4. Does his teamwork with Hazer to benefit Hazer significantly. Yeah, I think Russell Bolt being the driver of the day is very, very reasonable from what I've seen. Anyways, that has been the Tier 1 race. And there you go, as you can see, that is a superb victory then. Very well played towards Hazer. And he ends up on top with Tajani and Wizard Rex following in P2 and P3. Russell Bolt comes through P4 ahead of Lynx Piece P5. Pesci recovery to take him to P6. Steelane P7. Mr. Poem takes home P8. He'll be happy with P8, I think, after the difficulties he had in that race. P9 is William. P10 Kennedy. P11 for Enhanced with the fast lap, but he does not get the extra point for that because he finished outside the top 10. Zeus takes home P12. Vader P13 with Lost in P14. Right. Let's see, I do believe I've got the Xbox app on here. I'm just trying to find out if I can get a way to show you guys the incident between Pesci and Steelane. We don't care about that. But let's see. Is it on my library? Or maybe not. Try and find out where it is. I don't care about any of that. Yeah, if I'm not able to, then honestly. But I just want to know if I'm able to actually see it. I don't care about those. Has to be a way where you could do it on here. It's not a game that I've actually got it. I'm just trying to find a clip. Do they show clips on the Xbox app on a PC? That's what I'm trying to find out. If they do, I have no idea where it would be. Drop in here. Keep dropping down. I'm not yet finding it. Don't know if anybody would know on the Xbox app on a computer. Would you be able to find it? Surely. I don't know why it wouldn't be able to. View profile. Is it on my profile? Then again, I guess I could. I'll not just do it this way. I can do it this way, can't I? Wait for it to load. There you go. This is the incident then between Steelane and Pesci. Can I pause it? Does it let me pause it? So let's see here. You can see there's no contact between them, right? Slip. There you go. You can see there. Very easy. A slip from Steelane into Pesci. Drop back again. Restart. I'll watch it in full speed. You can watch the slip again from Steelane. There you go. No contact between them. It was just a simple slip between Steelane and Pesci. But sadly, that's kind of what has cost Pesci a chance of a strong result here. But by that point, you could see the margin on there. The gap between Hazer and the rest, he was doing remarkably well to have such a big gap, given that when he pitted, he was actually behind Tajani and just ahead of Pesci. So, done very well there, Hazer, to put out the gaps that he had. Very good strategy. Soft to medium, and it worked. Fair play to him. Anyways, yeah, so that was the only real thing that I saw. I mean, there may have been something between Lost and Vader earlier in the race, but I didn't see it, so obviously didn't clip it. And again, if you didn't know the eventual results, I can also show you that. Don't know why I'm doing it on this way, but I actually find it quite easy to do. Right, there you go. Full picture of the full results are there for you as well. Hazer finishing ahead of Tajani, Wizard P3, Bolt P4, Lynx P5, Pesci P6, ahead of Steelane, Mr. Poem, William, Kennedy, Enhanced, Zeus, Vader, and last of all, last but not least, Lost in P14. So, let's have a little look then, shall we, at the events going on this week. Tomorrow night, as some of you may have seen earlier on in the chat when Doug said it, Tier 2, it will be held at Imola, and that will be a sprint. So, I can imagine some drivers, including myself, may struggle in that one because that is not one of my strong tracks whatsoever. But it will be Imola tomorrow night in Tier 2. A sprint there. Tier 3, also a sprint, and it will be at Qatar. Watch your fuel levels and watch your battery levels around there for all of Tier 3. Battery goes very quickly, as does the fuel. Do not underfuel at Qatar, otherwise you're causing yourself too big a problem. 100% tier on Friday night, it will be at Shanghai, China. So obviously tier 1's just recently done China, so they'll have an understanding of the track already. In the international tier, on Saturday it will be again at Qatar, and that will also be a sprint. Oh, Qatar. Oh no. Okay, well there you go. Two tricky tracks coming up this week for me, Imola and Qatar. Nowhere near my favourites, but those are the two tracks coming up. Anyways, I will end the stream right there. Thank you for watching. We have been UFRL, I have been Viva, and that has been your Tier 1 race here at Hungary. Thank you for watching, and good night.